Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdian Saga. It seems we're in for another big one, because not only with our plans for getting Mochkava, that kingdom up there, which is Formansk Vladimir, which has been ran for a long time. Well, it feels like a long time. Yeah, it's been ran by a man who's an imbecile. He created that title, despite the fact that his kingdom hasn't gone anywhere and nobody even attacked it. But I guess there's reasons for it. After all, he's a member of the followers of Otso. Now, my niece wife has borne me many sons. I'm about to have another, even though we had a little bit of a problem. At least that relates to money. Yes, she's branded apostate, which means if I wanted to, I could arrest her again, divorce, and then remarried to get even more money and piety, because this is a Zoroastrian tradition, no type of wedding. Yep, I'm that kind of person. But we don't have time for that. Ardashir is 8 years old. He's a page, mind you, he's my squire. Which I'm trying to improve his martial skill even more, as he's already good enough as a genius. And already has good enough prestige, but and then I've realized something regarding the Zoroastrians. In 2 years' time, we are about to go on possibly another great holy war. Which gave me the possibility of, well, I'm not a holy warrior by any stretch of imagination. I try to be. I mean, after all, I'm Sogdian. I'm a holy warrior enough. So let's just do this first. Press all the claims for, well, just this High Chiefdom. It would mean all anyhow. I mean, it was Mochkava County, and then we improved it to High Chiefdom of Mochkava. And he wouldn't have a kingdom to run anymore. So we'll throw that in, as the retinue will be on their way by our new holy warriors. You got this center. And what happened to the other? I had 8, and then... oh well. Anyways. Chaka do the sieging. Well, I recall we have, yes, 2 knight leaders. Wasn't there another guy who... yeah, there he is. He's not a member of anything, and plus he's old, so fresh blood is needed. So on your way to Mochkava, also known as Moskva in the Russian language, or to you Westerners, Moscow. As they're going to be on their way taking that, I'm going to go on a warrior pilgrimage for the first time. I leave my realm in the hand of my capable regent and left on a grand warrior pilgrimage in order to refine my skills as a warrior and learn more about the faith and Zoroastrianism. It will be a dangerous journey, and I may not finish unscathed, but I'll return a man changed, stronger or maimed. May Ahura Mazda watch over me. Also, I need to switch my focus to scholarship. Because why? Right before I step out of the palace, build me an observatory. Because I need to pick up a lifestyle trait. And, now it's a major self-build city. We're rebuilding our trade post. Because this garden here, we need that fountain of youth. And you gotta be a mystic in order to do it. So, that's just for reference. As I appointed my Aran Spabod to be the regent. CK Zoroastrian. I mean, we're only doing this one war. I mean, we're not going to go after Jerusalem yet, as was part of the original plan in addition, but I realized, well, It's kind of close. 2 years until the Great Holy War begins, so we have to be prepared. The question is, where? Make you more diligent, while I become stressed in the process. And any raiders that comes here, we'll have them dealt with, as we're getting rid of corruption already. Also, alright, a daughter for once. For once, also I got a name. I got one. Roxana. Just an old reminder. And since all of you have, all this generation children all have this second Parthian blood. This one up there, and that too. So yes, blood of the Parthians rung, I was about to say amongst us, but that's not correct. Flows through us. Yes. So, for the sake of tradition, despite the 8-year gap, so like once he turns 16, she'll be 8, and then once he turns 24, he will get married. Don't worry about him. He's a capable warrior. Remember, he's a genius. He's a page for now, until further improvement. 2 Parthian blood, blood assassin, champion thanks to Roxana, and blood of Ishtas the Cruel. I see some great things in him. Hey, old friend. You are virtuous enough. Let me teach you about warfare and combat before you go. While I'm in a pilgrimage myself. Devotion. Look, the Parthian blood runs all of each other. You know what? Every single one of them. Every single focus. Life's hard. Deal with it. And yes, that includes her too. I know it's far, but you'll be reaching friendly lines soon. Just shaking my head. It appears I cannot take 2 steps without some bandits or knights challenging me as another man faced me yet again. He's on a similar journey to improve his own skills, and the challenger offers me to choose the choice of how far the duel will go. Yeah, we're fighting those kind of people and whatnot. This is to the death. I'm very confident about this one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be that kind of guy. Remember, you're still Shunt. You're the chosen one. Just close your eyes. Think about it. Lands an easy attack. Missed. Now, go for the hill. Stunned him with... Gotcha. He keeps getting critical. He keeps doing critical hits. Not this time. This one's just an easy hit for once. Smashed his nuts because I hit his torso so many times. Ah, shut up. So, he's got a black eye now, in addition of a concussion, but he ain't giving up yet. He's mangled and severely injured. Broke his finger. one more hit should do it. Just hit him right in the center. This duel to the death's coming abrupt in, that my foe has died at the end of my blade, and I resume my journey after a short rest. Not a single hit on me. Even with me being stressed, you couldn't beat me on my worst day. Don't worry, these holy wars can handle it. Observatory is finished. Oh, this is a well-fortified place. Thank you very much. Getting more money is good. Yeah, Mochkava is well fortified. And we've succeeded in taking it. Right. Now we can get rid of you outright because I'm more powerful than you and you are just a tribal barbarian. Well, for starters. Because that titular title means nothing. See? Gone. And he goes to live in this area, despite the fact it's full of Russian Zoroastrians. Speaking of Russian Zoroastrian, are there any Russian Zoroastrians that are willing to come? Because I want them to govern the region. Quite a few, actually. Ah, this young man. Yeah, your lack of funds. But nonetheless. Come here. And you do have a claim. Curses. Oh yeah, that did kick it up a bit. You will be the satrap of Moskva. Yes, the High Chief / Exshid / satrap. I mean, after all, it's a tribal area. We'll have that dealt with. And you're gonna have to get rid of that priestess. And to relieve you of your lack of money situation. Maybe I ought to put you in the council. But you don't have the skills for it. I mean, you being arbitrary and craven doesn't help it. Also, who's that brother of yours? I notice he's wearing that clothing that's belonged to a warrior lodge. Is he Slavic? Yes, he is. Oh dear. He's in your court, isn't he? No, he's not. Wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, heir to the High Chiefdom. cannot give you that because council is divided. Even my old master, but after all, why on earth would you want Moskva for yourself? So is this one? The seat is empty. After all, Regency. Again, he's the regent, and is he the one against that vote? Yes. Oh, that's Sogdian, you. Yeah, that's the regent. Greyhound doesn't matter. Hey, calling council support. You got that favor? Yeah, I remembered her name. There we go. I forgot about the favor. So, there you have it. Now you govern this area that is part of Moskva. Satrapy of Moskva. Part of Vladimir. And some would say we would probably just give it to you one day, and they call you the submissive. Oh, really? Oh, heck. They're gonna get that place. Whatever they were fighting for. Oh, no, it's for that area. It's a big one. And I think we're too late to intervene on this behalf. Because they pretty much threw everything in there. Plus, they got so many problems. Peskov. Finnish liberation of Karelen. Karelen. Were they referring to Karelea, or is that some other place? It's Finnish. That's Finland. Well, anyways. Yeah, you just remain at your post. We're too late to intervene. We tried everything. We've wasted enough time as it is. And these defensive packs are getting on after me. The roads can be full of dangers, but nothing is more dangerous than being ill-prepared. I didn't buy enough rations in the last village, and I'm running out. I have to find something to eat, as a starving man is the one that cannot fight back properly. But as someone who's never had to cook, that's a threat to myself. Hunt a big game, and I became wounded. Look, if I die, I'll accept, because we have another genius in line. This one's for piety. That's an independent pagan realm. So basically, the land of the Russians and Finno-Uralic tribes is divided, with Zoroastrianism and Christianity. Your trade league. Thank you for that money. This is the way to the path of that sort of thing. After helping them see in the light of the Zoroastrian faith, the people of Vladimir and their king Often been in my thoughts, perhaps visiting King Svetozar II could help improve relations between our realms. They call him the submissive, so it seems like a great ideal. I'm on 2 journeys here. Warrior pilgrimage and to Vladimir, to Novgorod. Traveling to the tribal realm of Vladimir has been an invigorating experience for me. With only a small escort, I left the familiar sights of my homeland to visit a more savage region of the known world, and only to help spread the word of Ahura Mazda. I cannot wait to witness the effects on the mass conversion on King Svetozar II and his subjects. Onwards. King Svetozar II has decided to come meet me after a few days from the capital to formally and personally welcome me to Vladimir. Seeing my host has come to meet me in person has certainly been an appreciated gesture. A satisfying welcome. I'm happy that it's welcome. Again, I have to be a nice guy. A very virtuous man. But I was not happy to discover that my host had only organized a small banquet in honor of my arrival. While I appreciated eating at least some decent food after a long travel, it hardly feel like a feast fit for a Shansha. Again, it's a small country. Novgorod probably doesn't offer much. Well, it does have a lot to offer. So is this, Varan. Yeah. I suppose it is passable at least, so I inform that I am satisfied with the accommodation you prepared for me. As days pass by in Novgorod, I am more and more surprised by the complexity of the laws and the customs of the locals. Svetozar II has revealed himself to be a distinguished and civilized ruler, very unlike the primitive chieftain I initially thought him to be. But it's clear to me now that helping him convert Vladimir was not a wasted effort. Very impressive. So he's managed to build a decent amount of goodwill with my realm during this short visit. So I gained 1 diplomacy. With only a few days left before my departure from Novgorod, King Svetozar took some time during our last dinner together to tell me how honored he was to host a guest as distinguished as myself, and that he hopes that this will not be the last time we meet. I assure you, the honor was indeed all yours. I finished my pilgrimage, which I picked up Mountaineer. Yeah, it was Mountain Expert, but now this is Mountaineer. This is the improved version of it, for attrition and days of supply. Assume that the Regency is still ongoing, alright? Time has finally come for me to leave Novgorod and return to my own realm. Living with King Svetozar's tribes was certainly an interesting experience, but going to personally meet new converts, I've truly done everything in my power to put these pagans on the right path. I am truly a pious Shah. Day's coming to an end, and I see an inn not far. Upon entering, I see that it's frequented by the most civilized peasants and ruffians. While freeing myself away to the owner, a loudmouth fellow starts making fun of my noble and colored outfit. That's it. Bar fight! Even though I'm already wounded, but whatever works. You got Ascalon? More connections to the Mediterranean. And sort of Jesus is able to defend himself. Just not all of you. Because we Zoroastrians can overwhelm any enemy. If I was to predict which way is going to be the next great holy war, it's going to be Egypt. That's what I'm predicting. Could be Egypt. And we will be there. Because a great holy war against the Catholics is basically you declared war against all of Europe. And the powerful British Empire, which isn't It's Orthodox. Well, an Orthodox British Empire. We will help you out. Well, what kind of war? Oh, that's not far from here. It's good. Good thing we stationed in Moskva. There's your enemy. We're going after him. Thanks to a full status of women's law we have now, our first female recruit. That it isn't a shield maiden. So this is the first female combatant since the days of the shield maidens. Which some would say that these are just long, distant memories. We're gonna start building up on the siege defense. You know about these raiders, right? They call you the cleansing flame. And yet, not so much. Maybe your drunkenness got the best of you. So, sorry we have to burn you. White peace. Never mind. Return. Get back to Moskva. You will remain stationed there until the day of my death, or you'll have to be called back. Now, what are you up to? Civil War. Observing the stars at night, I've begun to sense some irregular movements, and also noticed that some of the stars appear and disappear at odd times. I need to study this more. That star there disappears when I look directly at it. Now I'm paranoid. Good daddy. While roaming the lone road, I've suddenly come face to face with a fairly old man, announced himself as a good daddy, sword master, claims the heart of my quest to offer, train my body and mind to the art of war. Look at this. Zealous warrior. Extremely. Yes. But I'm Sogdian, I think I'm good enough. Just teach. No. I'm ready for anything. And I have improved my path to the combat skill. Excuse me. None yet, one eye. Go to the death. Yeah, his one-eye thing is a handicap. Should have known better to challenge me. Now we could create the Kingdom of Arabia title, which we can split it up. Gimme. This will be given to you. And then we're gonna have to... Don't worry. Why would I burn my friend, but... Don't worry. I'm already Sogdian. I can't be called traitor or whatnot. Whatever silly nicknames that they would give me these days. Sure. When is it? Oh, this November. Well, get ready. It's coming soon. Yeah, you've gone too big. Position yourself in dark. It could be Egypt next time. It's getting close to the middle of the night, and I was prepared to sleep under the stars if it wasn't for this old half-run shack I just found. Yet somehow feels strange. I no longer hear any nocturnal racket of wildlife, and the moon is now hidden behind a heavy veil of rocks. What is this place? I'm gonna try to salvage something before leaving. It's more money, you know. Well, we didn't get anything out of it. Why haven't you done that? Look, despite the fact no disease ever comes to Sogdia, investing in hospital buildings is still good for the technology. We're supposed to look sophisticated. Jerusalemite peasant revolt. What did they ever do to piss them off? I don't think it's pronounced hug. It could be Hugh. Because, you know, Catalan. Iberian. I'm ready for anything. This could lead me to becoming a formidable fighter. Oh! Excruciating pain is shooting through my whole body, originating from the stump where my leg used to be. Now I'm one-legged. Not good! But I'm still a great fighter nonetheless. Leg or no leg, I should be alright. Leg or no leg? Well, anyways. The research I conduct in my observatory at night is proving deeply fascinating. I could push my studies further, but I need to purchase more equipment for me to be meaningful. Gotta move forward. Remember, if I die of my injuries, I'll accept it because he's gonna be the next great ruler. And yes, there are instances where I'm willing to accept my death by any circumstances. It's long overdue. Cavalry, cavalry, cavalry. Oh, Egypt's got parts of the lower... Listen, you always run low on money, so I'm gonna help you with your income. This one. Yes. But then the market of... Just helping out a fellow Russian Zoroastrian. Well, it's time. Well, now it's time. What say you, Master? Where is this next great holy war gonna take place in? We're ready. Now I start to feel that turning the other cheek is just stupid. I'm becoming less and less virtuous. Hunt the big game. Now I'm hungry. Master. I keep calling him Master because he's the one that educated me. He died a natural death on December 27, 1065. So he was 78. He was another good one. At least he remained virtuous. Now, it's Farrukhzad, he may be zealous and trusting, but he's half and half morality-wise, so he's got a good long run ahead of him. I mean, unlike him, he was a scholar and he was quite a gentleman, an honest one at that. Honesty is great. That's what we call him being a true Zoroastrian. But now, we'll get along together, hopefully. Even though, since you are zealous, that means you probably wouldn't like me being sympathetic to Buddhists or Hindus and whatnot. So now, I'm sure one of his first orders is that he's going to go for, go for that great holy war, which could happen any time, so keep it up on your toes. There it is. It's Egypt, just as I predicted. The great Mohammedan Moabad Farrukhzad has declared a great holy war against Queen Etheldrave of Egypt and the Catholic infidels in the Kingdom of Egypt. All true Zoroastrian men have called to arms against the deniers of Ahura Mazda. The Magi will cleanse their churches in healing flames for Zervan. This is the moment we were waiting for, and we were right at the gates. The retinue up in Moskva will stay where they are. You holy warriors, it's time for you to earn your pay. Every single commander will pick up this trait. And if I do return, I will be there as well. For Zervan. So, we will join that war. 1066, High Middle Age period. Egypt is a big prize. It's a huge prize. And not only, this is also the home of the pyramids and the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Let's go, man. Hey, dummy, raise your army. This is for everybody. You are involved in this war too. Although it's a long way to get there. Look, the initial part of the war is going to get nasty, so... the old Armenian friend. Maybe he just forgot, that's all. Now look, they got their traits already. Ding ding ding. Alright, now. You lot. Oh, you see that? They just picked it up immediately once you assign them, I see. Hell, everyone should get it. Who are these other commanders that are still around? I mean, Kushana Quarler. You go to and pick that trait up. Because when you get it, that's +2 martial. Combat skill, there you go. It's too bad I don't have any children that are old enough to lead on the front. Hey, just wondering. Yes. There, you got it now. Everyone's gonna get it. That's just me being charitable. Now get back to your assignment. And you know, women can get it too. You know, we're allowed to have female commanders now. But who has the highest martial skill of the women of the Persian Empire? Which is something you don't often see. What about the first recruit? Kang, yes. Or Kang, how you pronounce that name. Hey, this is for you. See, she gets it too. Look, I could have all the time in the world to be doing this, but... hey. This is just for honors. Catholic, the Shia, and the Norsemen won't get them because... and so are Buddhists. Oh yeah, the old Armenian. Hey, Farrukhzad. You get that trait too. And then I'm gonna have to get him out of the commander position because if he were to be captured in battle, that means war's over. We lose. But I'm just giving it to him so he can, you know, have a higher church opinion, and people who have the same trait will get it too. It's too bad me and none of my... well, I'll get it eventually, but my children won't get them because the war will be over at that time. Maybe in their lifetime they will get it. Now get out of here. I don't want you to get captured or killed. Or worse. Hey, where's the Russian Sogdian? The Russian Zoroastrian, our vassal. High Chief of Moskva, got you a free trade. This is the last guy, alright? Yeah, look at you now. You're the first Russian to get it. Possibly. I mean, this involves us all as Zoroastrians. So that way you'll get some respect around there in Moskva. So, come on, get out of here. Alright, let's get this war over with for real. And you are the one to lead it. It may not be a holy war, but you are the elite amongst the elite. But I could be a dead man soon. Hey! Queen's over there. No longer severely injured. Although the great conversion of Vladimir was a success, my work to help King Svetozar's savage people is turn him into proper Zoroastrian convent is not done yet. A new church is what they needed. We have the money for it. Now I'm an ardent defender. Arabia. We can give him the viceroyalty of Arabia. And then once he passes, then all this returns to me. And Arabia will be, yes, do it. He's the Shah of that area, and also the Vice. Hey, I need to be there. Our armies now stand poised to take part in the Great Holy War for the Kingdom of Egypt. Ahura Mazda be praised. Now I got that trait as well. Gonde Shansha. Yeah, it means Army of the Shansha, in case you didn't pay attention the first time. That means +5 gain for fervor if you are a member of the Holy Order. Similar with the, any Holy Order, except for, the Eastern religions like Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain. They don't have that sort of thing. I mean, they do have Holy Orders if you use the Orders of the Chivalry mod, but not this kind. I may be becoming less virtuous, but I'm still just as capable. I may be missing a leg, but that won't stop me. And I'm hungry as heck. So, let's do it. It's plain, so let's go. Get the best commanders up front. Well, since this is purely a cavalry retinue, so Namdar and Pekako. Now, keep well in mind, even though I'm a man who's specialist in non-warfare, but with ardent defender, I may be good at defense, but this is further increase against damage, against religious enemies. You got that phrase right. It's gonna be 12 soon. I want that queen. Ready for war. Let's go. My acquaintance died. He ain't my acquaintance. But it says I killed him outright. And I didn't get any, interact with it. I mean, he did die in battle, so we didn't capture the queen, but I sure killed him outright, this Orthodox Crusader. Orthodox Crusader. That's nonsensical. Get me over here. Get out of there. It's too late now. Hey, just be glad that the religious head isn't here to see this. He would hate to hear this report. Well, we're holding our line. Best holy warriors have gone. There'll be small amount of reinforcements coming. Oh yeah. Well, favor's still on, so stick around. Not good. Despite our advantage of the desert, they overwhelmed us. Well, we did kill a bunch of them. Yeah, good thing we have to retreat this way because we're currently besieging that area. And the rest of the armies are not present yet. And the second woman to be in the Sogdian army. Or the Persian army, depending on which empire you wish to call it. Just be glad I didn't get hurt again. Otherwise I would be a dead man. But if I was captured, then that's embarrassing. We got it. Yeah, this is supposed to be a line that's for Catholic Crusaders, but I don't know why it says it for us Zoroastrians. I guess it's a habit. The other genius we forgot. Okay. Start advancing. Go, go, go. She's got no reason to live. This is why we remained at the post. Oh, hell. Word of an epidemic. We received news of an epidemic in Egypt. What are the odds? The information is vague. That word is people are dying like flies, and the fear of the disease is spreading as fast as the affliction itself. Furthermore, the condition is reported irreversible as well as incurable. And scattered records of the events are worrisome. Of no source of evil are revealed, people are turning to their gods and on each other to protect themselves from the contagion. Many call it a new plague. Plague only gets the weak. The Black Death started right in Cyrenaica and somehow made its way into Alexandria. Curse of the pharaohs, one would think. You know, knowing who once ran the old Egyptian realms of ancient times. But do not forget, the Achaemenid Empire once held Egypt. But, so yeah, only go as far as the Sinai. Here is also good. Stop, we gotta intercept them. Because they're gonna be heading to retake those territories. You're going up there. Kana, kill with me. We can get them. It may be desert, but this is a big one. Desert to desert. Let me see. 3 days. It says 4 days. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're just taking a page off the cavalry. Stop! Hold here. Damascus is to be the battleground. No interference. Off to the Sinai. Ani is with us. That'll even the odds a little. Although you may want to get out of the way because a large army is going to go through this route. Adisha. You will be getting a martial education. A new clan has arisen in our corner. Oh, he's the Kagan. Killed by this man. Yeah, it happened recently, but don't know why I would care about this piece of news. Just that little idea of trying to make this, oh, wait a minute. Why is it called that? Or are you paying tribute? Nomad tribute. Oh, you're nomad tributary of these guys? What the heck? But anyways, the war in the Levant rages on. And Jerusalem's out there with them. I don't know if going to Sinai is a good idea. Right. As I said before, you've gone too big now. Now Maru is all yours. Even though you are surrounded. Let's just try to demand Gavelkind out of this, trying to make the room smaller. But do not worry about Arabia, we'll get this settled. Once he passes too, which it'll be a long way away. The plague approaches. Mobs of new people are arriving in Jeddah. Most of the newly arrived are commoners fleeing the plague that has reached Aqaba, just beyond the borders of our realm. Some have lost their whole families, some are trying to protect theirs, and a few are travelers or merchants had an easier time moving. All of them seem to have witnessed indescribable horrors. Hardly any, well, talk about it all. The ones that do talk warn the others of the coming plague and urge them to stay inside or pack their things and flee. And let the plague come. Although, that's just favor, alright. Just trying to divide your land a bit. Beirut. Head over there. Now it's reached Arabia. With this plague, this will definitely hurt their economy and their total troop numbers. Give it time. Soon we will conquer a land that is going to be neglected. Very much. head over there now. Territory is fully ours. No, wait. Stop and start again. Yeah, can't learn any languages from him again. Blast. Well, go in there anyway. It's mountains here in Baalbek, but it's also mountains in Beirut. Kragen. You. I know war's ongoing, but... Come out of there, you heretic. I'll become a formidable fighter after this. Go for the leg. He's yielded. Our money is good, just deaf to the wicked. Now I'm a formidable fighter. Although I took a few bruises myself. Anyways, we're ready. Yeah, he's trying to help me to get rid of stress, but that failed. Just remembered something. Where is he? Chucky, you're supposed to be besieging. Beware of that plague over there. But I will lead to the front there now that most of the troops have gone down this way. I'm glad you picked up Organizer. We can get in and out if need be. I mean, it hasn't gone further into the Sinai. Shah of Iraq. Just have him in a dungeon and give me your money. 'Cause that's a king, that's a Shah. They hold a lot of money. He's too fast for us. Just continue on your siege this area. Just in case. What are you mortals doing? You're not part of that holy war. Immortals took a vassalization. We got Zoroastrians. Look! Perm has gone Zoroastrian. How did I pull that off? But it's only temporary. Was he elected this whole time? Call me. Same dynasty, Zoroastrian. Aha. Elected a Zoroastrian man. The more Zoroastrians, the better. Yeah, just dangerously close to the plague-infested areas. They better reunite with this armor. We're gonna go in and kill him and get out of there quickly. Sit there and wait. This could be our chance. More money for Svetozan. Thank you. Get well soon, because I saw your black eye. And yeah, that's a holy order we see up there. Not done yet. Despite the apostasy. Right, we'll have them taken care of. They're retaking the holdings. Get rid of them. We got one more to go, then move up to here. Don't overstay your welcome. There's a plague here. Very infectious. Oh, we got more. Jerusalem. All loyalist. Now scram. Oh, there's barely enough room for all of us, so go to here. This one only has 2 holdings. Actually, no, because that's Bektashi order. They're not involved. That's why they're stationed there. It's 70%. I think one of our commanders died of the plague. It's a shame, really. There's Lithuania. 3 days. Assaulted right now, then we're gonna go in after him. Holding conquered. Any other wars Egypt's involved? No. We're about to lose everything. Any relevant territory that belongs to Egypt. And even if it bypasses Nubia. Heretical uprisings is costing them an empire. 0 moral authority. Never thought we would see that. And apparently we'll be getting this part too, and that part. Not necessarily tile, right? Get the... I'm sure I'm contributing the most because I'm the one that's doing the fight. Let's just go in there real quick, just assault all the holdings. Their defenses are down. Not quite. But as I said before, don't overstay your welcome. Otherwise I'll get infected too. Finger of St. John. It's almost over. Somebody's gonna have to deal with that. 100%. And one more for measure. Another genius. I know what to name him. You know, you have a tendency to name. Korush. Yes, that's how you spell it. We broke off our love affair, even though we are husband and wife. Our relationship could be described as complex at best. Whenever the priest or priest is ready. Wait a minute. Look, Zoroaster has granted Abdullah Mulabed a victory in the Great Holy War of Egypt against the Queen of Egypt. It's called for a month celebration across the whole Mazdan world. Praise Zoroaster. Well, yes, it's Zoroastrian. But, I thought it's going to the Persian Empire, but a independent Egyptian Zoroastrian. I did not know you were a claimant to Egypt. And you were a Zoroastrian, so this wasn't for a Persian Empire, which is just to put you into the throne. Well, fine by me. More Zoroastrians means more potential members for the Immortals to join. Despite the fact that we put a man who is an infirm and his heir is a Nestorian. That can't be good. Maybe we should make a tributary state out of these guys, but before, this gets out of hand. I mean, he's not going to be around for long because of his lack of fertility, and his son, Jamshid, Sogdian quick Nestorian. But it's very mixed in the line of succession of Egypt. So, praise Zoroaster then. We got him. Also, good luck with that plague over there, because you're most certainly gonna... He's already in seclusion. Alright, get out of here. We'll probably make Egypt a tributary state in the future if it does indeed turn Nestorian. Because they would be a very useful ally. Yeah, we got all that. Very well. Just be stationed here. But hey, at least it didn't increase the threat level. Oh, I forgot about the court decision. Because my old master used to be. Go. The studies I conduct in my observatory have convinced that there are many strange things beyond the known cosmos. There are few sources and no one to share my knowledge of me, but I heard of a strange old scholar in the Arabian desert who is rumored to possess vast knowledge of the weird. Oh, good to see him. A lot of people visiting the Persian Empire. Cha. What's going on? The tiny realm, was that a good idea to... You should have had Estonia to assist you. Well, one thing's certain. Egypt is Zoroastrian now, but he's, creating Zoroastrian vassals for himself. Which means, if he dies, then... Symbolism, whatnot. Mulabed Sultanate, Egypt. A Necronomicon. I arrive at the abode of the strange old scholar Abraham. After some persuasion, he invites me in. I speak at length, and he tells me of the scholar Abdul the Man, who knew many things of the strange spheres beyond, and of talking beings that are not human. I found that Abdul the Man wrote a book called the Necronomicon, in which he recorded many strange and unholy truths. Abraham says that he's impressed by my sincerity and desire for knowledge. He could sell me the copy for a book. He tells me to beware, as too much intense study of the Necronomicon is said to drive the reader insane. I must have it. More Zoroastrians he's creating. Right in the middle of the Egyptian epidemic. That would mean, I don't know. When Jamshid lives here, and then he's independent, heir to the Sultanate of Alexandria and all these things. Does that mean it'll come into the Persian Empire regardless? Ardashir, now you're an accomplished squire. Also you run coups, but hey, warrior life. Still the marshal, huh? My older on Spabod. He, supposedly been beaten by him while he was their guest at Father's Christ conversation. You'll be in prison for this. I'm gonna have to banish you. Give me your money. You lost your job, so he's gone to Antioch. Which is, by the way, Egyptian, Zoroastrian Egypt. There you go. It's a better way of putting it. He's returned from his travels when my counsel inquire about his impressions of the Jinn Empire and lets on an exasperated sigh. Then he unleashes a terror about their incessant use of firecrackers, constantly scaring his wits out of him. It's not what I hoped for. While working in my observatory, I'm often disturbed by strange noises, and uncannily large insects carrying away smaller pieces of equipment, an odd human-like figure spying on me, then disappearing the night before I can confront them. I really struggle to maintain concentration to get anything done. Must focus. Why do you marry a heretic? She'll be dead for this. Took you a while. Broke her finger. Death to the wicked. Cheaters never prosper. I don't know why you said that. Heretics never prosper in the Persian Empire, we should say. Particularly if you're Manichaean. If there is anything in this world that is worse than infidels, it's heretics. Oh, hell. And you got your vassal troops. You're fine. They just started cooperating now. Despite the plague that you have over there. Ardashir. You know what? That's it. That settles it then. You're gonna be ambitious. Get out of there. I'd like to end my rule. Just had it. I've done everything there is to do. And some of you are wondering, like, wait, what about the mystic? Look, it could be for some other time. It's just, I have a plan. For Ardashir has the plan. Be right back. Just a sudden outburst. Oh boy. Well, she's no longer my lover. That son of a... Shaiban of Deshtatstan. You. Come here. I don't think I have the intrigue for that. Hey, brawny is good. Hey, a brawny genius, yeah. He can get brave by other means. Hey, if you know how to love a woman, how about you try it on me? Yeah, call that a kiss of death, because death will be coming to you soon. Yep, this is what I've gone myself into. Also, this huge amount of money, build up the next stage. Could use for further improvement on the garden before I pass on. Are you sure it's him? Either that, or I'm just led to believe that this is all... I don't know. Yeah, just give me the plague right now, while he still can. Just me and me only. I want my son's rule to begin very soon, so that way we can have another long, lengthy rule. Are you sure? But she's an adulteress. What the hell's going on? Hire more spies. I know he did it. The book that I bought from the Strange Desert Skull has proven quite useful for getting new ideas and insights in my studies of stars and what lies beyond. It does, however, contain some quite disturbing text and images. Things that lead towards a level of understanding might make one mad. Must delve deeper. They're out to get me. I'm paranoid, and I've become a lunatic. That's exactly what I've become. A lunatic. The Zoroastrians gone mad. But do not worry. If people were to... By people I mean my son. And my daughter. The many sons. The many children. When they all look up to me, in case if they get a trait out of them, and they still pick up any of those good traits. Not paranoid, not lunatic. They don't have to follow that kind of stuff. I just simply threw my hands up in the air and just says, alright, that's it. That's it for me. Devast is going to be one for intrigue. The spies I've hired at the great expense to discover anything suspicious about my wife and her pregnancy have failed to turn up anything at all. I guess the child must be mine then. What are you, stupid? One-year regency wouldn't hurt. Plus, unlike myself, my son is not only a genius, but he's also brawny. I've never been physically brawny. Here we go. Get out of here. I accept death. No kidding. write down the names of my enemies. Yeah, my son. He's my only rival. The plague! Gotcha! Oh no. As I said, I'm accepting my death here, right now. Right here, right now. I didn't become a mystic, which is something that I could have pursued and create that fountain of youth over there, but I think my son should take up that same path as I did. And that's his first in scholarship. So, no thank you. I'm accepting my death. And my son could begin his rule in less than a year. And I know what his path is going to be. If I somehow survive the plague, then oh well, I guess that's just me going mad, I guess. Oh, I'm already mad, you're a lunatic. Sickly. Does not look like her. Oh. But could you at least treat my daughter before I go? Now I lost diligence. Oh my goodness. The best Sogdian warrior able to afford me is a blind genius warrior. Oh, he could be oh, I got it. I got a perfect job for you. You could be there on Svabod, safe from the front lines, alright? At least it's the best thing you could do. Good job. Plague is going away now. Great wisdom comes to those who study the world and learn from it. My study of the stars and other things beyond this world have taken me on very strange paths. My learning has increased immeasurably since I've started. The stars are right. Kingdom Vice Royalties. We'll put that up. Which is something we've already implemented, right? Enables Kingdom and Duchy. Oh, that was a waste of tech. The Ardennes and Empire. Okay. Sean Sartos ascended to heaven at the age of 42. He died of the dreaded plague. Born with an unparalleled genius, Zartos was known for his sharp and brilliant mind, always looking for new opportunities to solve and always looking for new problems to solve and new opportunities to exploit. Easy for me to say. And now, Shah and Shah Ardashir, the first of the Sogdian, but the fourth of the Persian Empire. He's 15 years old, and the realm is left in the capable hands of Regent and Council. So, there he is. The Shah and Shah. Yeah, early classes. And Mother will take up Regency as we look for prosperity in Samarkand. The blind man, stick with me. And I guess she stays too. And so is he. Again, our Sociant has passed. And I am of the Parthians and the Sassanid blood. But the blood is Sociant, which means if any of us artisans were to look up to him, he could get these potential traits, particularly chaste. Pretty much it. Just chaste, I guess. It's the only way to get it. The rest of it is just lifestyle. Well, just is fine. But I doubt you would want to aspire to be paranoid. But after all, he became less virtuous at the end of his life. I mean, he was the chosen one that made Zoroastrianism what it is today. But at the end, he saw something in Ardashir, and he wanted to end his life early. But I cannot perform a sky burial because I'm not an adult, so let's just hope there was peace in his time. At least that we could think of. And with all this money, time to start giving away all that money to unruly vassals, which... No, everybody's happy. I mean, everybody's to... I was about to say, everybody's happy to see him go, but no. Let's just be charitable for a bit. No factions. Just a big pile of money going to... Moskva! Moskva. Moskva is now independent. They call him Priest Hater, which means... I don't know, he did something about that priest. Oh, you're the one that started it. Well, it's kind of too late now. Well, get back to Persian Empire territory. We'll continue on this episode until he turns adult. Tamil book. Shortly after the death of my father, Shah Zoroastrian the Shoshyant, I brought a strange piece of news. It seems that his library was raided, and the only item stolen being a strange old book of Arabian origin. 2 servants who were in the library were found at the time were found dead, though witnesses refused to describe the state of the bodies. Strange. Can't hold a festival because of regency. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Why am I saying such things? And why, look, life is too short for hate. It's about time I change my ways. Think what a Zoroastrian would do, alright? I mean, he may be ambitious and it's alright. Why would I hate my own father? No. Just be kind for once. Plus, it's good for the vassals to keep everybody happy around. So that people will respect my rule when that day comes. But remember, I'm a Sogdian descendant. My siblings are all descendants of our father, who was the chosen one, and now, well... Oh, and here's a thing that my father didn't do. Repay the loan. And donate money to the immortals, just to keep everybody happy amongst the herbads of the region, of the satrapies, shadams, and whatnot. Oh my god. She has food poisoning. She's mystically altered. Can I have a new regent? Because my mother isn't that great after all. Just throw her in the dungeon, which is the most screwed up thing could have ever done. Oh great, now it's the blind man who became regent. Quickly. That doesn't count as kinslaying now, is it? Nope. Not a kinslayer. Well, both of my parents are dead on the same year. This is a hell of a way to end the episode like that. But we'll end it as soon as I turn 16. And I did not give my father a sky burial, because I was too young to do it. I'm sure someone else did. I mean, somebody's got to dispose a body. Someone's got to do it. I'm sure you did well. I finished my education in the ways of war. It's a fascinating subject. Know your enemy. Well, now I'm a tough soldier, but after all, I'm a genius. I'm good enough. And I became content. See? People like me even more. So I'm very well liked around here. And it's not going to be until 8 years later that I will marry my sister, as it was betrothed by my father. And I learned that most people are kind, that it brings no benefit to walk with mistrust and suspicion. Why would anyone want to harm me? Just based on these traits, it feels like I've become, like Roxana the Just. Because I'm starting to show a personality that's similar to her. And some would say, well, that can't be good. But, who knows. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the episode on that note. As I will, in the next episode, we're going to start equipping more of these stewardship books because domain size limit, and I'm going to need those. And a couple of other things as well, as I'm Ardashir IV of the Persian Empire. Now, I would say, yes, it's becoming a bit of an interesting series so far. That's why Son's Nestorian. But in any event that this realm turns Nestorian, we'll make a tributary state out of him. I don't want my vassals to be rid of him. There's plenty of other things to do. But I got big plans. Yes, I got big plans. I may be an accomplished squire on martial skill and whatnot. I may be a genius, but I'm a brawny genius. So, things will be looking good for the realm and for the Persian Empire. But I'll tell you what's going to happen in the next episode. An old Sogdian tradition will return that has not been seen in over 100 years or so. Long before the Persian Empire was even a thought. And you'll find out what that is as Ardashir IV's reign truly begins in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.